guys, it's Amy at Zoe back, and I'm going to do my TBR for January 2019. So I'm a little excited about this. This is my first time trying my drawing genres and then picking what books. So what I'm going to do here is I'm first going to draw 5 tags, or from my little thing here. So it's all 16 are in here, and I'm going to so they're like fantasy, sci-fi, historical fiction, general fiction, classics, modern and older, and then some series that I want to complete and start or continue on. Not start. I'm gonna have enough of those on my own as it is. So anyway, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw 5. And I'll show them to you, and then I'm going to go off and go to my TBR shelves and look around and see what books I'm going to pick. So I'm keeping my TBRs low, at least for the next few months, just to try this out. I want to have some movement and play with either library books that I got or books I'm going to buy, because today I'm going to Pal's bookstore. So I'm going to have a lot of books to do, but I want to be able to maybe choose one of those to read, but I want to pick 5 books that are ones I would really like to focus on. So here we go. Let's pick one out and see what happens. So the first one is a general nonfiction book. So again, for me, that's like any subject beyond history. Like that could be on any topic whatsoever, but just a nonfiction book. That's cool. That's a good one, because I'm trying to read more nonfiction. I mean, I read a lot this year, but I want to read more in the next year. Ooh, I get to pick a fantasy. Yay, yay, yay. It's the one I feel like I neglected so much this year, so that's awesome to start off the year with that. Oh, I get to pick a romance. I don't even know if you guys can see this or they're backwards. I just thought of that. I don't know. I guess we'll see when I replay this. Anyway. Horror and adventure. Ooh, what am I gonna pick for that one? And, oops, sorry, the last one, I guess I should show that I'm doing this anyway, is a historical fiction, which is perfect. I am gonna start doing the Read Around the Ages, I think it's called, that Mel's Bookland Adventure and Eve's Alexandria is doing. I totally joined the Goodreads group for that. So anyway, so now I have these 5. So again, I have romance, fantasy, general nonfiction, historical fiction, and then a horror adventure. So I will be right back when I show you what books I've decided to put on my TBR. Okay, I'm back and I've picked my 5 books. So here we are. We're going to talk about these ones. So the first one I drew was a general nonfiction. I picked The Art of Memoir by Mary Karr. I read The Liars Club many years ago. I actually don't have my copy anymore, and I actually want to reread it now. But this is her book on I think on how to write a memoir or how to look at it. And I have a horrible memory, and it's not like I want to write a memoir that anybody's going to see except for myself, but it might help me like write down certain things that's happened in my life that I don't always think about, but I want the details and write them down. Anyway, that was way more than you need to know. I'm gonna read that. The next one I picked was a fantasy, so I've picked I think it's Senlin Ascends by Josiah Bancroft. And again, I've heard a lot about this since it came out, and I think the 3rd one either just came out or is coming out. And I don't know if there's a 4th one or not. I thought it was a trilogy, but now I think somebody said they thought it was a quartet. So I'm not quite sure how long this series is, but there's at least will be 2 books I can read after this pretty soon. So I'm really excited to read this. All I know is it about a guy, I think he's recently married, but he loses his wife in this tower, Tower of Babel. I guess it's like I think it's an alternate history kind of thing, so it's all different, and there's different levels, and different kinds of people live on different levels. I'm not sure. It just sounds weird and fascinating, and I've been wanting to read it for a while. The 3rd one I picked was a romance, so I chose A Princess in Theory by Alyssa Cole. This is the first book in the Reluctant Royals series. This series just sounds really cute about a woman who is too busy in life, but she keeps getting these emails saying that she's engaged to, I think, a prince somewhere, and so she's like, no, I'm not. And then he shows up, and then there's all the hijinks. I'm not sure, or it's it sounds really good. Everybody seems to like it that I've heard about it, so I really want to try it. And I've never read any of her books, so I'm willing to give that a shot. My fourth one was horror and adventure. And at first I didn't know what I was going to pick. I'd kind of blanked out going, what did I put on my list of top 5? Well, I want to read Into the Drowning Deep by Mira Grant. I've heard so many good things about this book, and I really have been wanting to read this. Again, this is, I think a crew goes to the Mariana Trench because a boat was lost that one of the main characters, her sister was lost on it, and I think they're killer mermaids. Anyway, I'm looking forward to that one. And then I have historical fiction. So, I had a lot of choices in historical fiction. As you know, it's like one of my genres I've bought a lot of this year. But a book I picked was one that's been on I've been wanting to read for over a year because I bought it from Book Depository so I could get it before it came out in the US, and I still didn't read it. So I'm going to read The Essex Serpent by Sarah Perry. And again, this is, I think, 1893. So it's a Victorian age one, but whatever. That's a historical fiction. So those are the 5 books that are on my TBR. Like, sorry. I'm not doing good here, guys. It's because I'm rushing. So anyway, so those are the 5 that are for sure on my TBR. I'm kind of in the middle of a book right now that I'm probably going to read. I'm not sure. I started it and I just haven't got back to it because I just was reading some other stuff. So, but I also just, gosh darn it, I keep knocking things over today. But I am going to choose in the next few days is to do my try a chapter tag on the 5 books to start my urban fantasies and paranormal romances, and figure out which ones. Some of these might be closer to just fantasies, but they're a mass market paperback, so some of them, like, I'm not sure if they're really urban, but they might be epic. I don't know. We'll have to go through. As I said, I haven't looked at these too closely, but they were all books on my shelf that I did not put in my the TBR genre jar to draw from, because I want to go through all the paranormal romances and urban fantasies and try all these. And by doing try a chapter, I think it's going to work and get through them, because I have probably about 30 first books in series. And I need to get through them to decide which ones I want to focus on and which ones I'm just going to let go. So hopefully these 5 will be my first, and I will do those in the next couple days. And one of those hopefully will be on that I'll read this month. If I read more than one, that would be awesome. But if I also don't, then I've got rid of 5 books and they'll be in my sell pile. So anyway, if any of you know these series and think one of them I really, really am probably going to like, let me know. And anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.